There are a group of people in sports that are just overall bad people. They're just bad people, and a lot of them run the NFL. I mean, let's face it. But there is a couple of guys in the baseball world that have been pretty bad guys, and that is Jeffrey Loria and David Samson. Now, Jeffrey Loria, I think, could be benign under the right circumstances. I think that Jeffrey Loria isn't necessarily a bad human being. I don't think necessarily he has a lot of bad tendencies, but when given the opportunity, Jeffrey Loria has been a bit of a crook, okay? Jeffrey Loria, when given the opportunity to shove money down his pants and take civic money and not put it back into the city and kind of lead people, misdirection them the wrong way, he has taken the opportunity to do that. He has been shrewd in business, almost like a rat. But overall, I don't know if he was given the right supporting people around him and maybe not so many handouts, maybe he wouldn't be as bad. David Samson, though, is a pretty bad guy. He's a pretty bad guy. And I worked down in Miami, but David Samson is a pretty bad guy, and he's been the president of the Marlins for the last 15 years. And now, finally, with the new ownership group, he's going to get forced out. And it could not have happened to a worse guy. Loria empowered David Samson to be at his worst. And that's on Loria as well. And look, Loria is a crook, don't get me wrong. I mean, Jeffrey Loria has taken all of the money from the stadium and from the city and from revenue sharing and never really invested it back into the team. The moment that he did, he wanted pats on the back. And the moment that they were losing, he ripped it all up and just torched any fan loyalty. I mean, he's been really a disgrace as an owner in Miami. But David Samson has carried out those marching orders by being a bad guy. David Samson wanted to be the bad guy in that organization. David Samson is a guy that is about 5'0" with a huge Napoleon complex. Because he's short, because he is irritable, because he is, I think, very antisocial, he has become the ultimate bully. He wanted everybody to know, I'm in power. I'm in charge. And guess what? David Samson had the benefit of being a family member of the owner. I mean, so these two guys were just in cahoots. This was Bonnie and Clyde stuff. They were just going to rob the city blind and never invest it back into the team. And Samson, who is antisocial and has a very bizarre kind of personal life and a very bizarre set of idiosyncrasies, also was just a bully. And he didn't mind spitting in the eye of fans and saying, you don't like it, screw you. Because there was nothing you could do about it. He's not going to get fired. His father-in-law is the owner. So it was always an uncomfortable relationship, and they lacked all decency and all tact. And thank goodness Samson is on his way out.